The current generation of athletes are clowns. A fitness industry obsessed with chasing perfection despite the early warnings. We decide to admire God-given muscle insertions, perfect downlighting, and images with these high contrast settings. Like, what the fuck even is this? Social media algorithms feed us this shit on a daily basis, warping our perception on male body standards, but most importantly, making us forget about our long-lost heroes who paved the way and inspired us, not because of just how they looked, but with what they could do. This then begs the question, and you ask yourself, why am I not happy with my physique or progress in the gym? You tell me. Between me and you, let's just be real. I already know a few things about you, and you are in your early to late 20s. You go to the gym, you've maybe even made a decent amount of muscle progress. 2 or 3 years into your journey, you are completely natural, you're not sourced up. And you train either for external validation from other people or for other things, or most importantly, you probably just do it for women, and that is why you train. It's for no other reasons. You have an aesthetics first mindset. An aesthetics first mindset is a way of life of approaching just to have the best physique possible by whatever means necessary. And maybe you're not sourced up and you're doing this the natural way. But the point is that all your training, your habits, your routines, everything that you ever do or ever think about or have learned, or the content you consume, is about how to get the best physique possible. And you want to be shredded year round as well, especially for the summer. This just goes back to the external validation, and you're willing to sacrifice your testosterone, healthy hormones, quality of life, whatever it takes, and that nuisance. And your Instagram explore page is a wall of shredded mutants who probably have a syringe collection. You are exposed to the top 0.1% of physiques at all times. You can go out to the street, you will not find these type of people. If I had to tell you how many times I've seen a physique like David Lade, or someone that is 5% body fat at over 200 pounds, I can confidently say for the past 5 years that I've just been going to restaurants and just living my life as normal, that has just never happened. So it shouldn't come as no surprise that when you get compliments on your physique, deep down, you hate your body. Now, I've just listed a bunch of things about you, and maybe this matches up to you a few times. If not all these things is who you are. We know that this is no longer the path. This is a big problem, and we need to address this. And the way we're going to address this is by understanding how male body standards work. Let's take these 2 James Bond actors, quite a few, several decades apart. We have Sean Connery, and of course we have Daniel Craig. James Bond actors, and physique inflation is perfectly demonstrated here. Sean Connery just embodies a very natural, very average looking physique nowadays, but back then this was the Hollywood standard. And I'm sure you watched many videos about this, but no one's going to explain physique inflation the way I'm about to explain it. So as time goes on, the amount of muscle that's expected is increasing, which is completely fine. As you can see by this red line right here, this red line signifies me and you. We are completely natural, and there is a slight linear increase of the amount of muscle as naturals we are expected to get at a healthy rate, because science is advancing, nutrition, training is improving. A lot more people go to the gym nowadays. You know, we think back to the golden era or the 80s of bodybuilding. A lot of people would actually just be working out at that point, but obviously like knowledge and just how nutrition training wasn't so good back then. Nowadays, you can expect with that red line, obviously, like a healthy increase in muscle mass, not this green line, which is signifying what really is what we're being exposed to here, which is the problem of physique inflation. And this is what all the Hollywood actors and all the influencers are. They are the green line, we are the red line. And this is where male body standards were realistic, and anything beyond this point is unrealistic. And this point where this circle right here on this graph is the early 2000s, in my opinion. We have Fight Club, and we have Brad Pitt's physique, very naturally attainable. We have Christian Bale, very naturally attainable physique with American Psycho. There's many pop culture references and examples I can give you guys, and Spider-Man, all these superhero physiques that we looked up to as genuinely really good physiques. Call it nostalgia or the era of monoculture, which is a very real thing, by the way, because before social media came along, a lot of experiences were actually shared, and male body standards were going to be like a shared experience until social media has come along, which is hyper-personalized all our algorithms and everything about what we actually see. Whereas when we're looking on the big screen in the cinemas and a certain movie would come out, or you think back to Nickelodeon, everybody just loves the nostalgic aspect of the past. And it's not just an illusion, it's actually very much true, because before social media has come along, has made our feeds very hyper personalized, us gym guys are always going to see a top 0.1% physique. But at the time when people weren't doing steroids as much and the expected amount of muscle wasn't as high, things were very realistic, and this was a very shared experience. Everybody didn't have social media, but everybody went to the cinema, saw the same things. We were all exposed to literally the same thing. Our enemy now is these social media influencers and these algorithms on TikTok, Instagram, and everything that we're being exposed to as guys like me and you, like we go to the gym. You can definitely avoid all this, but social media is a tool. We're using social media because we do fitness and we want to engage in a community. Having a community is what we love. If social media and the current climate of just how your life is not providing you that sense of community and the tribe of men that you're looking for, I have created a fitness community on Skool. The link is in the description. Come join us and like-minded men who just want to get stronger and do it in a healthy way. Links in the description. But this community on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, it's all about having this aesthetics first mindset, which I'm going to drill into you. Having an aesthetics first mindset by any means necessary. Your attention is the currency. You've heard that term so many times. And that's because it generates money. So social media will keep you on these apps as long as they can. So what Instagram and TikTok and all these platforms will do is they reward attention and they'll push out more followers and more views. Like we like, this is very basic stuff. We know this, but what we're not factoring in is that the top 0.1% of these physiques beyond the male body standard and in this upper echelon right here, go out on a normal day and you'll never see these physiques, but they are heavily rewarded, and that is all that will fill your page, and that's all you'll ever see. These are the physiques that you'll see every single day, and it can't be avoided. It is like, this is what's causing the male body standard crisis that we are also aware of. When you have the most extreme physiques, which are being rewarded on social media, so that's all you're ever exposed to, naturally, and this happened to me when I got in shape at 8% body fat, I was originally very proud of the progress that I make, but then I felt like I was on this running treadmill to always want to get better and better, because then I would start post pictures because I felt confident about my physique. So for the first time ever, I'm actually posting pictures of me just being lean, ripped, and me going to the gym. And then I'm comparing my physiques to these physiques of like people that are like twice my size and as ripped as me. I'm looking at my physique. Yeah, I need bigger shoulders and this, like, it's good to want to improve your physique, but what I'm comparing it to is the top 0.1% of physiques. I personally got trapped in what's called the hedonic treadmill psychology. And this is when something extraordinary or something really bad happens in your life, and then eventually you return back to base level of happiness. So if you ever bought a new pair of shoes, or maybe you broke up with somebody, or something bad or really good happened, and your emotions go above or below baseline, it's really exciting at first. But then, you kind of get used to having the same clothes, like the same things that you bought, material things, or progress that you made in something. And you don't appreciate it the same way as when you initially got it. You just return back to base level happiness. I'll play this clip of Arnold where he literally has body dysmorphia.
I never really was satisfied with my body. I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, I don't know how this body can ever win.
The pectoral muscles that used to be firm and perky and kind of like really powerful with a striation in there, now they're just hanging there.
I look like a normal, reasonable human being with like an acceptable amount of like muscle tone, right? But still in my head, there was like this crazy just distortion, body dysmorphia.
So even Arnold himself, the one of the greatest physiques of all time, golden era of bodybuilding, just doesn't like how he looks. So this is the problem with the aesthetics first mindset. It is just this constant chasing for better and better, which is not bad if you're going to be doing other things like learning skills in calisthenics or doing things that will not mean that you'll be comparing yourself to the most extreme scenario of people. And this is the solution I want to propose to you, because not only is it going to make your fitness journey more exciting and more novel, and you'll have better experiences, but it will free you from the trap of male body standards. And the solution is a lifestyle and performance first mindset. You might find it really difficult to let go of the want and need to have an aesthetic physique, and all you care about is looks. A good reason of why you're even going to the gym is because of looks. And a study was done with these females. So a large pool of females were asked to rate DEXA scanned images of confirmed body fats of men, and they were asked to rank them in attractiveness, from, you know, what they found the most attractive to the least. And obviously, like, certain factors will play a role here: shoulder to waist ratio of a man, and maybe their height. I'm 5'8", so I can't really fucking talk, can I? A lot of these women actually found that 12 to 14% was the most attractive body fat, which is actually a massive relief for me as someone that went down to 8% body fat. But it should also be for you if you're not in this 12 to 14% body fat range, which is kind of like lean, athletic, you're kind of toned with abs. You're certainly not in bad shape, you're in good shape. But it should be kind of be like a relief for you that women find this the most attractive. And what's interesting is that women are actually a bit smart for this, actually. Like, you know, we always roast women for whatever reasons. You right now, if I took you and I cloned you, there's a 6% body fat version of you, a 12 to 14% body fat, and a 20% body fat version of you. So it's 3 different body fat versions of you. Go into Mortal Kombat and fight to the death. And believe it or not, the 12 to 14% body fat range is going to actually be the one that will come victorious. The one that's 20%, the version of you that's 20% body fat, is just a bit too fluffy, and you're just not that athletic. 6% dick skin shredded, like ready to go on stage. You're not going to win, and the 12 to 14% will win. We get into these interesting, productive conversations, and if you want to be a part of them, then just join my school community, links in the description. Hope to see you there. So women's preference of what is most attractive is actually not what social media is obviously telling you it is. And I can tell you from personal experience that this is the case, that when I got to 8% body fat, it was just guys that were like, I'll be honest, even gay guys were like hitting up my DMs on like Instagram. This like never happened in my life, and I'll be honest, it just pissed me off. Like I literally like virtually, like, I wouldn't say like starved myself, but I literally like counted every single gram and was so like hyper obsessed with like it wasn't that long ago where I was taking literally 50 pictures before just doing one post on Instagram. Perfect angle, perfect lighting. I wanted to make sure it looked like I wasn't trying. And I'm not even a social media influencer, and I'm doing this bullshit. So I can't even imagine at 8% body fat, I felt like shit. And I'll be honest, like I was lying to people. And even on my earlier videos, I was like almost deluding myself to be like, yeah, like this is definitely like a way to be, like, you know, being low body fat, you look cool, life is great. But because your reality and your expectations are not matching up to what's truly happening, to what you see online, which isn't real, then you're going to feel like you're, again, on this treadmill where you're just like, oh, wow, I need to get better at this, get bigger at that. And this is when you might, you know, you start watching these like science-based YouTubers like Jeff Nippard, and you're watching whatever like form of education you can if you're kind of serious about an aesthetics first mindset to level up your physique. The lifestyle and performance first mindset, in my opinion, for all these reasons, is just a way to be. You don't want to be like these influencers, you know, putting syringes up your ass. We want to be 12 to 14% body fat because it comes with its advantages, and your mood and motivation and your ideal hormones like libido, testosterone, everything is in check. If your hormones, your energy levels are perfect, things outside of fitness, like your fitness then bleeds into other areas of your life. I found that my focus has improved with my work when I've been prioritizing foods which maybe I would have avoided on a cutting diet to get to 8% body fat because maybe it was too calorie dense, whatever the stupid reason was. I found that I've focused better on my work. And when you don't think about aesthetics all the time, aesthetics can come secondary to having a performance, a lifestyle first mindset. And again, you want to be multidisciplinary when you have that 12 to 14% body fat range, because again, you're not too fluffy from an evolution standpoint. If you're really fluffy at 20% or you're like thick skin shredded at 6%, you're too big at 20 to really like do anything that effectively with yourself, like with your body. And 6%, you're just low energy. I'll be honest, there were days where when I was 8%, I can even just get out of bed. Do you want to be at the 12 to 14 so you can start doing sports, running, and you can start doing calisthenics as well? Calisthenics, I'm learning how to do handstands. I learned how to do muscle up, and the community aspect of calisthenics is just genuinely amazing. And there are communities where you can be involved with calisthenics, but they are definitely not as big as the bodybuilding community in the gym. And this is why I want to take you guys who are stuck in this toxic community of just caring about looks and put you into this better side where the grass is greener. Think about when you're older one day, you want to be doing these sorts of things like calisthenics and sports and running, because not only is it just a more novel experience where you're doing different things outside the gym, you're using the gym as a tool to be better at those things, which keeps your fitness journey more interesting. Your life is just more than just holding a piece of iron above your head. You should still do that with the mindset that it can be used to do other things. So much more fun. When I'm in the gym now and I'm doing overhead presses with shoulders, and I think about when I'm doing my front lever practice, I'm trying to do a front lever, to think that if I get stronger at that, I can then maybe do a front lever. That's what I'm talking about. It needs to help you in other aspects. Fitness is a tool, which is why fitness is a thing originally. And when you're doing this, you are free from body dysmorphia and male body standards of what these unrealistic physiques are, because you care about skill acquisition and learning. It's about having those novel experiences that you're looking for, where learning new things, like the first time you went to the gym and you touched weights for the first time, it was a very exciting experience. Likewise for me with calisthenics, and when I did my marathon training, all these things that you can learn just makes fitness more interesting and way more exciting than just watching a tip video on how to, is a Smith machine going to give me more muscle hypertrophy gains than just doing squats with a barbell? Like all these things which is just like to make very minimal, like marginal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% improvements, because you're just hyper obsessed with an aesthetic physique. And it's just funny because out there in New York is probably some 60-year-old that's doing calisthenics. And then you've got Ronnie Coleman, for instance, who can barely walk. These decisions that while we're young, that we can make now, not only can we actually feel our best, but we can actually be in a way better spot when we're older. And who knows, a lot of people just don't really care about this stuff. They all just care about the short-term gratification of having a good physique and just being admired in the summer. But you're gonna have grandkids one day. You're gonna be a dad one day. You want to be ready at that period of your life and feel your best now and have a aesthetic first mindset. Like the physique can come secondary to having all of this. It's a trade-off that I think is worth it. So the choice is yours. It's a no-brainer. Aesthetics first mindset or lifestyle and performance. And I know you want that kind of lifestyle. It's just really hard to let go of this mindset because that's all you're surrounded by and that's all that is endorsed and rewarded by society. But me and you, we're wagering a war against this. This is our enemy. We want this life. We want a life of performance and lifestyle and to feel our best. So this is how you genuinely just eliminate male body standards and your care for an aesthetics first mindset. You want to adopt the lifestyle and performance first mindset. This means you're going to be eating foods that are going to be fueling your workouts. We're going to aim to get to that 12 to 14% body fat range. This body fat range is where you are most healthy, hormones are the best, you feel the best, and things outside of fitness are going to benefit not just your dating life, but business and everything else. We're just going to reject physique inflation, but we're going to be rejecting it with this new mindset we're adopting. Because with the mindset we're adopting, we're signing up ourselves for longevity. We are signing up for a life of calisthenics, of functional bodyweight stuff, and using the gym as a tool to do other things, but not just for how we look. But what I'm going to offer you is a chance to join my school community, where in this community, I want to go through everything that is diet and training related that isn't just to have that aesthetic, which will come secondary to the lifestyle and performance first mindset. I really feel empowered and on a mission to take the gym bros and to have them in a community just like mine, where we encourage change, to have that lifestyle and performance first mindset, to not be obsessed with aesthetics, but to have aesthetics come secondary, and to use fitness as a tool for not just having, yes, the best diet and training. It goes beyond that. It's really just a community and a tribe aspect that is what I want to offer to you guys. And it will be fucking awesome if you can join that. And I really hope to see you there. Link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and take care.